Yeah, we back, baby. We back. Thanks for tuning in. A little bit late, but never, ever miss. All right, we here, man, always. All right. Something wrong with my beard, man. I got a little bit of hair down here. Something wrong with it, but hey, we good now. Hey, welcome. Thank you. We're gonna let the music play for a little bit. How's everybody doing today, man? How's everybody's Monday going? Hey, I see you. How you doing? Don't leave now. We about to start it up. Hey. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chopping It Up with Stu. I'm your host, Stuart Miller Jr. Thanks for coming by for another episode, man. Hey, today's episode was actually inspired by my own personal stuff, all right? By my own, most of my topic, most of the things I talk about is really inspired by the things that I do. I try to get motivation to motivate you guys to do whatever you guys want to accomplish, whatever you guys want to be, wherever you want to be, wherever you want to go. I try to motivate everybody to do everything they want to do. All right. So I pushed back the midday motivation to 3:00 so I could actually do some research. And because you know me, I don't like to just come on here and just start spitting nonsense. So I had to do some research. I spent the last couple of hours researching the topic that I'm going to talk about today. All right. But before we talk about that topic, I must first do the motivational quote of the day. You know me, I cannot start my day off with just negativity. So we got to start with the motivational quote of the day. I mean, I know it's a little late, but hopefully the rest of today and maybe a little bit of tomorrow morning before I come on tomorrow at 12, this motivational quote will help you get through and get you to a better rest of your day, all right? So the motivational quote of the day, it has to do with your mental health, has to do with your mental mind, because that is the topic for today, all right? So the motivational quote of the day is, if you can survive the battle with the monster within yourself, then you can survive anything, all right? If you can survive the battle with the monster within yourself, then you can survive anything. That is the motivational quote of the day. Always remember it. Everybody has demons. Everybody has battles. Everybody has things that they struggle with every single day of the week. But remember, if you beat that monster within yourself, no matter what people say, no matter what people do, you will get through it and you will get over it and you'll be better for it. All right. So you beat that monster. You defeat that person that's coming against you, which ultimately is yourself. You are your own worst enemy, but you're also your own best friend. Make sure you turn your worst enemy into your best friend so you can accomplish anything and everything you need to do, all right? So, With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and watch this quick little motivational video because, like I said, this is midday motivation, but I pushed it back to 3 o'clock so I can do some research on mental health. The topic that we're talking about, all right? We're talking about mental health and black men in particular with mental health. All right. Now we're gonna talk about the black community as a whole, but I'm really gonna focus on black men not receiving the services that they really should. All right. And we're going to dive into that, but for right now, we're going to watch this clip real quick, and hopefully it motivates you to really understand that 2021 is a refresh. All right, so we're hitting the refresh button on everything that we're doing, on everything that we've done. All right, so we'll go ahead and watch this quick little video. And if you're listening to the podcast via Spotify, Apple Tunes, Apple Podcasts, anything like that, later on tonight, as I will be uploading this on Spotify, Apple Tunes, definitely tune in on Facebook. You can catch me on Facebook. You watch this on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch every day, Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock. I know we're streaming at 3 today, a little bit late, but Twitch at Big Stu Gaming, YouTube at SMJ Entertainment, and Stuart Miller Jr. Facebook. If you're listening to this later on, all right. But if you're live right now, go ahead and watch this video, man. I know you guys are gonna love it and enjoy it, man. Go ahead, sit back, relax, and just listen to these words. And hopefully, these words can change you, as it might have changed me.
Well, here we are. A new year draws near. Here we are. But what have we become?
It is time to press refresh. What does that mean? It means that it is time to become the newest, most updated version of who you are. Because a new year requires a new mindset, a new focus, and a new engagement on my part. Everybody say new. It is time to hit refresh.
There are things that you have been called to do that you have never done. And there are things that you have been called to do that no one on earth has ever done. And so if there's anything that I can give you, if there's any piece of advice, if there's any information I can pass on to you, it would be the question, what do you want?
What has ultimately transpired in our lives? What has happened in the year 2020? What circumstances did we all have to face? What has happened to us?
This is a new season. This is a new month. This is a new year. It is a new time for me to find out, where am I going? This is the time to ask yourself, where are you?
Because I don't think you're asking yourself this question enough. Somebody told you to just graduate high school, graduate college, get a job, work that job the rest of your life, have kids, get married, and die. Somebody told you that. But I want to ask you, what do you want? What do you believe you were destined to do? And then you got to spend every single solitary day for the rest of your life going after that dream. What is your dream? And when you think there's nothing left in the tank, look yourself in the eyes and say, I can, I will, I must. Rule number one, you need a dream. You need a goal. And you have to give that goal a deadline. A dream without a deadline will become your nightmare. And that nightmare will haunt you for the rest of your life. You gotta have a dream, and you have to put it on the calendar, and you have to break it down bit by bit, piece by piece, day by day. So number one, get a dream, have a goal, and give it a deadline. If there's anything else you're gonna need coupled with that dream, is you're gonna need hunger. Let me say this again. You have to get hungry. I'm talking about you got to think of everything you've ever wanted in your life. You have to think about what your father has gone through and what your mother has gone through. All of the pain, all of the trauma, everything you have experienced, the turbulence. You have to garner up all of that hunger. You got to put it toward that goal. Let me tell you this, the wolf that is on the hill is never as hungry as the wolf that is climbing the hill. And so you got to get hungry and you have to stay hungry. You have to guard your hunger. And the only way you're going to do that is if you eliminate all distractions out of your life. Deliberately examine the landscape of your inner circle. Who in your life is not feeding you possibility?
You want to know a little trick to make all the women chase you?
Are you ready to attack the new year? To attack means to take aggressive action. This means that you're not just sitting around waiting to see what 2021 has in store for you. Attacking the new year means that you're going to be intentional about setting the tone for how your year is going to turn out. Even if everyone around you is complaining and saying that things are going to get worse, you don't have to come into agreement with them. See, those who expect more, they get more. And those who don't expect much, well, they usually don't get much.
I want you to bump into new this year. I want you to be walking and see a blessing that you didn't expect. I want you to walk into a season that you didn't know you was going to have. I want you to enter a dimension that you can't believe that you're on. I want you to get to a level and say, how did I get to this level? I want you to see something new in every area of your life. These are not your settling years. These are your conquering years. These are not your years where you just settle for an average marriage and settle for an average career. No, this is the year that you decide, I want new, I want fresh, I want the real stuff.
I see the work that I put in every day as an opportunity, not an obligation. I don't have to work, I get to work. The people who do what others don't want to do, those are the people who end up at the top. Don't just do enough to get by. Exceed expectations, over deliver, and you will find that that same energy that you're putting in is coming back to you. If you keep putting in the work, you are going to see results. The key is being consistent. Consistency is showing up when you really don't feel like it. So what do you want to achieve this year? What is it? Is it time freedom? Is it financial freedom? Is it better relationships? Is it better health? Whatever that is for you, you got to own it. It's going to be up to you to nurture and protect that desire. Your mind should be so focused on winning that you have tunnel vision. If your mind is all over the place, you got to take some time to clear your mind, declutter your mind, get clarity on what's serving you and what's not. Get clarity on what's pushing you closer to your goals and what's getting you off track.
Man, that was a good one. That was a good one, chat. So I hope that motivated a couple of people. I hope that motivated some people just to understand that your mind is the most powerful thing in your body. And without your mind, you can't do anything. So we have to make sure that the battles that we have within our own mind are the ones that we're winning every single day of the week. All right. Before you go out, before you worry about how I look, before you worry about what you put on, what you dress, how I smell good, any of that. I mean, make sure you smell good. Like, we don't want you walking out stinking and shit. So before you do any of that, make sure you get your mind right. All right. Before you get in a relationship, make sure you get your mind right. Before you do anything that requires anybody else or anything like that, make sure your mind is right. Make sure you won the battle with the monster within yourself, so that way you can survive everything. All right. Not just anything, but everything. All right. So, on the topic of mental health, me personally, I'm trying to strengthen my mental health. Everybody knows I've been trying to lose weight. I'm having a battle. Okay. I'm having anybody else who's big knows the battle, the struggle to lose weight. We all know that. All right. So we all know that battle. So within my personal battle to lose weight, I had some people tell me, I had some people that offer, hey, so you might want to get some psychology to figure out what are your triggers that make you want to eat. What are your triggers and what causes those triggers? You have to have mental health. And I was like, you know what? For the longest, I avoided it. Okay. So the first question that I have that I didn't type it in here because I just came up with a question right now is, why do black people, and I'm not talking about just black people, but the stigma is so strong around black people. So the question is, why is it that most black people do not go to therapy, do not see therapists? All right. So what is the reason why therapy is not as big as it should be in the black community? We all need help. We all need to see. We all need to have each other. We all need each other. All right. We all need help. And sometimes having a licensed psychologist, a licensed therapist is very powerful. They can help you see things that you do not know you need, that you personally did not know that you needed, that you not even think about because you buried it so far down for so long that you forgot all about it. All right. So the question is, why is it in the black community we don't see therapists? What is it? I mean, for the longest part, it's like I know the backlash behind a lot of stuff. The reason why we didn't go see is because you tell the white man one thing, that's your whole family's taken away from you. I get that, okay, but this is 2021 now. All right, so let's be real about some things, especially in the black community. We need to see therapists. All right, but on today's topic, okay. Because as of today, actually not today, for the last couple of days, I've been, like I said, researching some therapists to go talk to. And I wanted to have somebody who understood my story, okay, as a black man growing up in America. So obviously, I'm going to look for a black male psychologist, black male therapist, okay? For one, there's not a lot of those, period. Black men, we need to do better. We need to do better. I'm gonna hop on that pedestal right now. Real quick, we have to do better. Everybody wants to be an athlete. Everybody wants to be a basketball, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Everybody wants to be Cam Newton. That's cool. I'm cool. I'm a sports person too. Shit, I wanted to be Vince Wilfork. I wanted to be Michael Jordan. I want to be that too. But as I grow up, I realized, sports is cool and it's so much fun, and I love coaching. I'm always gonna be around sports. But some things need to be really fixed in our community. Because to be honest, we're one of the strongest beings on earth. But our mind, our mental is what holds us back from doing so many great things that I know we can accomplish. All right. So, black men, I need you guys to finish school. Decide to become something better and more than just a basketball player. Okay. There's black doctors, there's black lawyers, there's black all dentists. I know all these different things. But where is, we have black men in every field except for the field that needs it the most. And that's our mind. I search throughout all of North Carolina, not just Charlotte. I stay in Charlotte, but not I searched throughout all of North Carolina, and I found four black male therapists in North Carolina. Only one in my city. All right. So then I started to look around. I was like, hey, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'll go with my sisters. Right? I'll look up some black female therapists. Okay. So looking up the black female therapists, there was a whole lot. There's a whole lot of black female therapists. All right. But that brings me to the question of the day. The topic, the reason why I'm hosting this podcast 3 hours later than I normally do. I usually hold it at 12 p.m., but I held it at 3 p.m. because I want to do some research and figure out some stuff. So the question of the day is the reason why it's 3 hours later. And here it is. Why is there a stigma around black men must be hard at all times? Yeah, don't know what that is. And that is not the call. And I didn't even put the number up there yet. So why is there a stigma around black men being hard at all times? And I mean that as, why is it not okay for black men to get help? Okay? And the reason why I said this is because I called around to like 5 different people. To 5 different female therapists, okay? And all of the ones that I called, they said, oh, we only do couples, or we only do single mothers, or we only do females. We don't do strictly just males. I don't understand. As a therapist, I mean, now I get that some people, I'm not taking away from black mothers. I'm not at all. I was raised by a single black mother, so I know that they need that help. I get it. But at the same time, thanks for the host, Crumbles. Thanks for the host. At the same time, just because that person is a single mother does not mean, why don't we find out why that person didn't have that relationship work in the first place? The reason why she's a single mother is because, hey, how you doing, Crumbles? The reason why she's a single mother is because the man is not there. Why don't we find out what's going through the man's head and figure out why he didn't step up and raise the child? It's not because, he just wants to do his own shit, live his own life. No, something subconsciously is making him choose to make that decision. Whether it was his family life, whether it was some traumas that he's gone through, whatever PTSD that scared him to run away. Why don't we talk about that? Because then the single mother would have never happened. She never would have been a single mother in the first place. So, personally, helping the man should be very crucial. Because there was once upon a time where the black family was the strongest family in America, hands down. Black Wall Street, everything like that. But yet, everything got separated for some reason. Everything got separated, and so now the black man is under attack 24/7. All right? Yeah, it's shaking because... All right, cool. All right. The black man is under attack 24/7. So for somebody who was going around asking therapists, female therapists, hey, I need some help. Okay, I really have this thing that I want to get done, and you have the tools to help me get over this. And you to turn me down because I'm not a female, or I'm not a single mother, or I don't want to come with my girl. Like, so yeah, if you bring your wife here or your significant other, we can do couples therapy. But yeah, I don't do just. What do you mean, just couples therapy? So I don't understand that. That's something to me that I just didn't get. I just didn't understand why a man cannot, receive therapy by himself, especially when he's asking for the help. Okay, so I went around and I did some research. Okay, I did some research. As I do for all my podcasts. If you have any comments that you want to say, anything you want to say on the show, make sure you call into the show 704-412-8862 to give me your your mindset on today's topic. All right, what is your topic? Well, I mean, what is your mindset on what we're talking about? Like, why do you think it is, especially for black men? Now, for most men don't go to the therapist, period. As I looked it up, a lot of men, regardless of race, do not go to the therapist that much, period. A lot of men, we just don't talk, okay? We just don't talk. We don't talk about stuff, and it's very hostile, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy that a lot of men, more women go to the therapist than men do, all right? And I think that's something that definitely needs to be fixed. Especially in the black community. I've seen so many different things where women are saying, I support my black man, I love my black man, but yet you may love them, but when it comes to professionals, the people who have the tools can actually change lives, they're not helping the black men. And like when it comes to lower levels, the lower levels are helping the black men. But yet, if you really take the time and look at the stuff around us, when it comes to welfare, you can't have a man in the house, otherwise you can't get welfare. There's not that many black psychologists. I mean, it's not that many black psychologists. Only like 5% of psychologists in the world are black. And then, as we just learned today, well, at least as I learned today, out of that 5%, the majority of them don't help black men unless it's another man. And then we learn that there's not a lot of black men psychologists. So it's so much of a disadvantage, okay? To the point to where if the only way you can get help as a black man is to go to a football coach or your boy or the barber shop, and they know just as much as you about the brain and how it works and disorders and things like that. They can't help you get over trauma. They got their own damn trauma. So it to me it's really crazy that there's not more of a call to action to help black men. And once again, this is not bashing on black women. This is not bashing on women, period. Because like I said, black mothers deserve the help. Raising kids by yourself is not easy. I don't have kids, but I know I was raised by a mother and I've seen her struggle. So raising kids by yourself is not easy. But at the same time, sometimes people need to get out your feelings and start asking the questions. Why did that person do what they did? What made them do what they did? Because nobody does something without a reason. There's a reason for everything that happens on this earth. Nothing is done on this earth without a reason. All right? So sometimes we should ask ourselves, what is the reason why that person acted that way? What is the reason why that person left? Instead of getting mad and calling a nigga a fuckboy or all this other stuff for leaving you with the kid, for all these different things, how about you figure out why he did it? How about you calm down, take a day, relax, and ask yourself, okay, he must be scared. And then ask yourself, because I guarantee you, when you guys were sleeping with each other, or he started to vent to you about maybe some personal stuff. If not, then I mean, you just open your legs too fast. Let's be real about it. You know, some of y'all girls are open your legs too fast. But for most people, they have a baby by somebody that they're with somebody for a couple months, even a year. There's no way you're with somebody for a couple months to a year and they don't open up to you not once. Not once. All right. So I know that when they open up to you, you have to go back in your memory and say, dang, you know what? Stuart, I'm gonna use myself. Stuart really did tell me that about his father, man. And his father was this and his father was that, or his mother used to beat him, or all the other stuff. So all this stuff happens, but now he telling me he don't want a kid? What's going on? I thought that he'll be excited about this. Maybe it's the fact that his parents wasn't good parents, that he's scared he's gonna be like them. Like, when you start to think about what the other person may be going through, it makes it a lot easier. So I think so many times it's just crazy to me. So I brought this up to one of my friends. She's a very intelligent woman. And she told me, she's like, you know what, Stuart, maybe they do it for protection. They don't have as many male clients without a female present, or just by themselves because it's for protection. And of course, at first I got mad. I was like, protection? But then I had to think about it. Yeah, I can see that. There are a lot of crazy people out here. There's a lot of crazy people out here. There's a lot of people who do discussing sexual acts. So I get that. But at the same time, that's where precaution comes into play. Okay? That's when you get security. That's when you get you have some mace and stuff like that. I mean, you ladies carry it anyway. So my whole thing is there's never, ever, ever a good reason not to help a person out, regardless of race, regardless of gender, regardless of sexuality, regardless of religion. There's no reason whatsoever to not help somebody. None. There's no good reason. If they're asking for help and they genuinely mean it, why are you not helping them? Why? What good reason do you have? All right. But we're gonna go ahead and take a quick little break. I'm gonna let you guys marinate on that. We're gonna come right back. When we come back, we're gonna dive into this. I want you guys to call into the show 704-412-8862 and let me know some things that you have, some stories of growing up, of does your man talk a lot? Does your man not talk a lot? What are some things going around that, especially in the black community, what are some things that could be done that's better in the black community that we can do to really help men out? All right. Because black women got it. I mean, they got the help. They got the help. Communities are willing to go high and low to help black mothers, which they deserve, which they should have. But at the same time, where's that same help for our black fathers, for our black men that are fathers that are not owning up to it? Where's the mental help? Okay, so we're gonna dive into that when we come back right after this. All right. What's up, everybody? Glad you guys stuck with me. Glad you guys are still here. All right, we were discussing before we went to break. Why did the black man not have as much help and as much resources to gain mental health, to become mentally strong, to really push past things, to help them get past mental blocks that they may have, personal traumas growing up, all that stuff. Even when you look at the police system, when you look at policing, when you look at prisons, a lot of black men go to prison, okay? So even if the prison reform system, okay, even if you want to go and look at that, okay, well, we reform them in prison, somebody says. No. Prison is just another way of slavery. Because if 71% of convicts and felons go right back within a year of getting out of jail, that means your reforming process is broken. 71%? 71% of the people that went to jail, which most of the time they went to jail for something they didn't do in the first place or something that was stupid, but those people who went to jail can't get a job and then they end up going right back to jail within a year. That reform process is stupid and it is broken. It needs to be changed. It needs to be abolished and create a new one. That's not reform. That's not helping at all. So, the question is right here. For a lot of men, once they get to a point where they don't trust you anymore, that's when a lot of things change. That's when they start acting different, because a man needs to trust and open too. So here's another question I just thought about just now as we were in the commercial break. All right, when is it okay for a man to be vulnerable? That's something I really want you guys to call into the show, 704-412-8862, and let me know, when is it okay for a man to be vulnerable? All right, jails are privatized businesses that they're all about hitting numbers and making money. You're right. You're right, Crumbles. You're right. Jail's all about privatized. There are privatized businesses, and that is why jail should no longer be private. And I'm on the record of saying that no jail needs to be private. Because I think it's stupid how somebody gets sentenced by the state publicly, right? But then they get sent to a jail that's owned by Bob and Rich and all his old friends. Like, that's a business. Like that's not jail, that's community service. You know, and if you really look at the 14th Amendment, that's slavery. You're selling somebody to the highest bidder, which is why once you get sentenced and you go to prison, it actually takes them a couple of days to figure out which prison to send them to, because the prisons are bidding on which prisoner they want. Don't know if you guys do that. So really, it's slavery all over again. So Crumbles, thank you for that. Just people who do not know that, yes, they are private businesses. All right, so they are by hidden numbers and stuff like that. So thank you for that comment. So the question of this segment right here is when is it okay for men to be vulnerable? Okay, and I say this because growing up, whether you're white, black, doesn't matter the race, a lot of the time we're told to man up. We're told to suck it up. We're told to, it's not okay to cry. It's not okay to do. So because of that, a lot of men growing up thinking that, oh dang, my bad, hit my mic. Hit my mic, chat. No, for a lot of time, a lot of us men grow up thinking that it's not okay to cry, it's not okay to do this, and so they hold and they pin up all this emotion, all this hatred, all these different things, and they wonder how can they get out. They look for that one person to talk to, and most of the time it's when you get to middle school, high school, that where you think that you find that one person you can talk to, right? And you end up talking to them, and then they betray your trust. They end up telling your secret or telling stuff, and then the man really don't ever speak ever again. But let's put it this way: they do speak again, but they never speak with their words again. They speak with their actions because they don't trust. And so, gaining trust. Okay, put it this way: females, if you're in a relationship with a guy, the number one thing you should be is listening. Because for one, he has to gain your trust 100%. Because if a man does not gain your trust, he's not going to open up to you. You want him to be vulnerable? How about you shut the hell up and listen? You want him to be more. You want him to be more sensitive, and he's just too hard and stuff. Shut up. And I'm not saying that to be rude or mean or anything like that. I'm saying that because literally, all that talking is telling him it is okay not to talk. We don't want all that talking you're doing is telling him it's not okay for him to talk. So if you want him to open up, how about you be quiet? He can't talk when you're talking. He can, but then it's just going to end up yelling and then nobody's saying anything. If you want your man to really be more sensitive and vulnerable, and he want you to tell him secrets and he can tell you how he feels and open up, and you guys can build this great bond that you want, and that's all beautiful. That's what I want for everybody in relationships too. But to get that, you must realize it is okay for a woman to go around telling all her business, and she can express all her struggles and vent all her things and go around and talk to anybody and everybody. But if a man tries to do even a quarter of that, just by a man going to his girl sometimes and talking to his girl about some stuff like, hey, babe, I got some stuff that's some real deep stuff, man. Like my dad went through this, and my mom went through this, and I really don't know how to get through it, babe. I'm trying to figure out how to get through this, but this is really weighing on me. You get called a punk, you get called a bitch, you get called a pussy, you get called all these different things. Like, why are you talking so much, bro? Just suck it up. You'll be all right. You'll be fine. Like, that mentally, there are men across the world who try to express themselves, but they get shut down day after day after day after day. And you wonder why there's so many psychotic killers. You wonder why there's so many people who are crazy out here. It's because you're literally telling them every single day of the week, your depression, all your sadness, all your things that you go through, whatever, it doesn't matter. It don't matter. The only thing that you're good for is protection. The only thing you're good for is your anger. So that way you can protect me. Protect me and our kids or whatever like that. That is what happens when you have that type of atmosphere, when you cannot talk and be open. That means that man that you're with, you only see him as a blanket to cover you, and that's it. And that's not okay. That's not okay. He is a human being the same way you are a human being. You have services to help you with your mental. He has services to help him with his mental. It's just at a much, 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 much lower rate. That's not okay. Especially if you're a black man. Especially if you're a black man. If you're a black man, man, look. If you're a black man, listen to me right now. It is okay for you to open up. If a woman has ever made you feel like you can't, then just leave that woman. Point blank period. I don't care how good pussy is. I don't care how much she can cook. I don't care how much she cleans. If everything else is right, but she does not support your dreams and she does not help you mentally become stronger, she has to go. She's not the right one. She's not the right one. Point blank period. Because your mental is the most important thing. If she's not a ride or die mentally for you, she has got to go. Period. Simple as that. Guys, I really want to come on here and talk to you guys, but not getting that much interaction. It's all right though. So definitely check it out. I got some more podcasts coming. We're gonna talk with my homegirl Crumbles, as you see in the comments. If you're watching on Twitch, we're going to talk with her. I got a podcast coming to her. We're going to be talking to some smaller streamers, seeing what it's like playing video games for money, seeing what it's like to stream, things like that. So we have a lot of podcasts in work. So make sure if you listen to this podcast later on, make sure you tune into my live streams Monday through Friday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All right, the Midday Motivation, to get your daily motivation to help you through the day and accomplish all your goals along the way. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in to today's little stream, little chat. And remember, you got to keep your mental strong. Keep your mind strong. Whether you're a man or woman, does not matter. Defeat the monster that's inside of your head. All right. Always remember, if you can survive the battle with the monster within yourself, then you can survive anything. Hey, I love all you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to end today's podcast by saying this. Catch me on twitch.tv/BigStuGaming for all the gameplay as well as podcasts as well. I love all you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're listening to the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, thank you guys for listening. And I catch you guys again. Stay awesome, stay humble, stay beautiful. It's your boy Stu. I'm out. Peace.